keeping us not listening, keep us distracted from what's really going on. So they brought all these people in here to cause that mayhem. You feel what I'm saying? That's why these gangs and all this stuff from other countries is here. Come on now. They make this shit. You know what I'm saying? They created these scenarios, these situations. This shit was created. This shit ain't something that just happened over time. No, this is something that's created and is brought together. You feel what I'm saying? Each agenda serves a certain um a, you know a certain pattern, and that's what's going on here. These patterns have to be pushed on the people. They have to be pushed on the people so the people you know will become hysterical and allowing this stuff, the tyranny, to go on. So they gotta push their agenda. They gotta push their narrative to the people. See, so the people will break down. That's what they want. They want the people to break down. They want them to say, "Hey, come and save us." You know what I mean? They want people to say, "Hey, come save us. We need y'all to save us. We need the government to save us. We need the politicians to save us. We need y'all to respond to what's going on." You know what I'm saying? In the meanwhile, they putting you in a prison and having you basically fighting against some foreigners that they allowed in here. They allowed to come in here and control a certain part of your population. You know? Come on now. It's nothing for them to clean up that situation that's going on in New York, Chicago. You feel what I'm saying? With the military. All they gotta do is just bring the military in there and then pipe that shit right down. Just like they did with the Ferguson riot shit. You feel what I'm saying? They took care of that in one motherfucking swoop. So you mean to tell me y'all let these damn migrants in here and y'all let them just run and do what they want to do? And they're out of control. It's so much that needs to be done. Like, y'all created this shit. Anybody in their right mind don't think y'all created this shit, something wrong with them. They delirious, delusional, and in denial. You know what I'm saying? This narrative has been pushed since day one. It's been pushed since Biden brought his ass in fucking office, man. And Trump left out. When Trump signed that the declaration, you know what I'm saying? And then he signed us into martial law. Oh, you already knew what was coming. And then he gonna finish the job when his ass get back in there. That's why, you know what I'm saying? People talking about that, oh, it's switching over to this and switching over to that. Man, you ain't got no leg to stand, bro. This shit is done. The enemy is winning. You feel what I'm saying? The enemy is already putting his position down. You feel what I'm saying? The only thing gonna save your ass is fucking the spiritual. You coming into your spiritual self. You coming together with those like mind, like yourself. Those that are on the same pattern as you. You can't save the rest of these motherfuckers. They're done. If they want to sit up here and keep believing this bullshit, that's on them. That is on them. But shit, let them keep following it. They feel that's what they need to do. Hell, let them keep following that shit. If it makes them feel better, let them follow that shit. Cause this shit has an expiring date. You know what I'm saying? This shit has an expiring date. And that expiring date is coming closer and closer. No matter what you might think in your mind, that expiring date is near. And the signs in nature is telling you that. It's telling you this shit is done. It cannot support the bullshit that's going on right now. Nature cannot support this bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all being all worked up and getting all caught up in y'all feelings and shit, or people dropping like flies. Nature cannot support it. It was not meant for nature to support that. So what you think gonna happen when it all comes to a head? You feel what I'm saying? What do you think is gonna happen when it all comes to a head, man? When this shit goes into meltdown? Like, I mean, it don't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. You know what I mean? Because it's put in place to keep you thinking otherwise. Because they want you to feel like you're worthless, or you have nothing leg to stand on, or you know what I'm saying, you're not able to, you're not going to make it out of this, or that, you know what I'm saying, it's helpless to even think that this is going to recover. You feel what I'm saying? When all you got to do is stop playing the game. That's what nature telling you. Nature telling you to stop playing the game. When you stop playing the game, that's when we gonna shut this shit down. Stop playing the fucking game. You stop playing the game, then shit, you ain't got to worry about the shit to keep going on. You feel what I'm saying? As long as you keep playing the game, it's a sucker born every day. So you keep playing the game gonna keep on playing you. You feel what I'm saying? That goes with anybody. That goes with anybody. If you sitting here playing the game and you are an active participant in their charades, then that shit is gonna be one part of you. Just like with the whole shot thing. You know what I'm saying? The whole COVID thing. You know what I'm saying? That was all put in place, and all this censoring is trying to stop you from talking, and people are still sitting around like this shit is cool. A motherfucking tell you can't talk. Come on, man. Next thing I'll be trying to tell you can't go nowhere. Like the Hunger Games. They gonna put you in a prison and tell you, in a colony and shit, and have you sitting there. You know what I'm saying? And people gonna go along with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't too many people gonna be ready to fight, man. Ain't too many people gonna be ready to fight, and they gonna be looking for those ones. The ones that's gonna be trying to fight them back, they gonna be looking for them. They gonna be like, oh, we got one. We got us one. He trying to resist us. We got his ass. Ain't nobody gonna lift a finger to help him. How many people lift a finger to help a stranger in need? Especially if your so-called powers that be comes and tries to threaten them and takes away their rights. How many people gonna stand up for that person? How many people gonna come together and say, hey, you know what I'm saying? We gotta stand together. Now overseas they will. You got a better chance being overseas and shit falling apart and a motherfucker helping you than, you know what I'm saying? Than this bullshit. These motherfuckers here are conditioned. They conditioned to be played the way they is. They you know what I'm saying? It's just that they've been sitting here as lap dogs and shit for the longest. So it's like they don't know nothing else. They don't know no other way to be. You asking a person to do something that they never did before or scared to do. How many people really go out and train? How many people got their mind right? How many people really ready if some shit jump off? I was on TikTok and I was on somebody's live, and I was talking to them, and and this lady was talking about what she had already prepared or whatever, and she live in the inner city, and I told her that you got to get out of the inner city because there's too many people there. How you gonna be able to withstand what's going on? You feel what I'm saying? If you there by yourself and you around a bunch of vultures. You feel what I'm saying? You around a bunch of wolves with sheep clothing, and you thinking that you're gonna be able to, you're gonna be in your house, fortify your house, and you just gonna be safe in there by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna talk about fear mongering. How is that fear mongering? That's just truth. That's reality. Nobody wants to deal with reality, y'all. Everybody wants to deal with the with the scenario of everything's going to be okay. Stop thinking negative. Everything got to be negative. Why it can't be truth? You feel what I'm saying? Why can't it be a reality? They need a reality check. You feel what I'm saying? The average Joe needs a reality check, and they're about to get one. They're about to get a reality check. Okay? Just wait for it. It's on its way. Trust me. It ain't that far away. You know what I'm saying? Keeping up this bullshit. Oh yeah. You on that reality gonna bite you right in the ass. That reality gonna come. And you ain't gonna be ready for it. And that's how they want people to be. And you got these people on these platforms promoting this shit. Well, come on now. Don't be so negative. You know what I'm saying? That she should be able to say what she want to say, and everything should be good. She shouldn't have to feel like she, because maybe that's her the way she's preparing herself. I'm like, man, you leading this lady to a slaughter, man. You leading this lady to a slaughter, okay? You leading these people to a slaughter, telling them that. I would never tell a person that they'll be okay. You in a house with a bunch of shit. Trust me, if you in a house and you got a bunch of shit and a person needs something and you got it, you don't think they gonna try you? You don't think they gonna come up in there? You see it too many times on movies where the people had their shit and they be in their house, and then all of a sudden they hear a knock at the door. And the motherfucker be outside asking them that, we hungry, we need some food, can you help us? And then motherfucker tell me, I'm sorry, I only got enough for me and mine, right? And the next thing turn around, these motherfuckers going, they trying to knock your ass off. I mean, that's just a survival. That's survival right there. Ain't no motherfucker gonna sit around and you got shit in your house and ain't gonna try you. That's an oxymoron, man. To think some shit like that. You just gonna sit in there and harbor shit, and the next motherfucker ain't got nothing. Ain't even got water. Okay. Don't know how to get water. Never studied. Never did the research. And you think they just gonna sit there and just go through their demise, and the person down the street got all the goodies. Yeah, okay. So that's why you don't stay. And then they talking about, the jails be outside the city in the suburbs. Not all jails is in the suburbs. Some of them are in the cities too. So you can't bank off of that. You got more of a chance being outside the city. Because if some shit jump off, you can get the fuck up and leave. In the city, you can't do shit. You sitting up there, you just a victim. And if you're a woman, how many people you gonna knock off? If you ain't trained, if you ain't been in the military, and you don't know shit, even if you're in the military, you think them women know what to do? Some of them do, but majority of them, it's just a job to them, man. They ain't built for that shit. They ain't built to take on no man. They ain't built to go to war with no man. Come on now. If she been in the weight room and she been working out and shit and lifting them damn weights, yeah. Or she been running miles every day and shit, yeah. She might stand a chance. But just saying that she gonna just, oh yeah, she been in the military, she can handle herself. Yeah, okay. You can put any one of those military women up against me. I'm guaranteed I'm knocking them off. I'm knocking them off. You feel what I'm saying? I'm knocking them off. Can't no woman take on no man. Okay? That's impossible. Okay? That's an impossible dream. You have very little women that can really handle themselves out here. Some of them might know martial arts. Some of them might be Olympic, you know what I'm saying? They might be Olympic stars or something, and they can handle themselves. You know what I'm saying? Their body's in tip top shape. The average Joe is not in tip-top shape. Okay? The average Joe is not going to be able to handle what's coming their way. And these motherfuckers know it. These motherfuckers know it, man. They playing these games with y'all, telling y'all this shit, and then trying to use their agendas to get y'all ass, all like going against each other when you should be using this time, ample time should be used right now to come together and figure some shit out. Some people already started. They building they villages, they got their land, they coming together as a unit. They not sitting back, oh yeah, we just gonna ride it out. We gonna ride the tides out. They ain't thinking like that because they already know. They already know. It ain't if it's gonna happen, it's when. It's when the bullshit's gonna start. You know what I'm saying? It's when it's gonna start. It ain't if it's gonna start. It's when. So you gotta ask yourself, what side of the fence you wanna be on? You feel me? What side of the fence these people see themselves on, y'all? I know one thing. I'm not going to be sitting up in nobody's house. And I'm not going to be sitting up in no house waiting for nobody to come in there. I know that. That's the logic that I got. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not sitting in no house, man, and barricading myself in no home with no supplies. You feel what I'm saying? When whatever could be going on outside, I'm not doing that. Me and my army gonna be moving. We gonna be moving around. We gonna be stealth. You feel what I'm saying? We gonna be doing what we gotta do. We not gonna be sitting up here. I'm gonna adapt to my surroundings. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to adapt, and that's the thing nobody talks about. They not talking about you adapting to what's going on right now or none of that shit. They just talking like like what these people in the government is saying to them. Like, come on, man. You gotta think on your own accord. You gotta think out of your own mindset, your own consciousness, man. You gotta be in warrior mode. Anything go jumping down. You gotta take care of your family, man. You gotta come to grips that you gotta be that warrior. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go above and beyond. But if you sitting up here thinking that, they told us that we gotta do this, they told us that we gotta do that. Come on, man. A lot of people don't use their minds, they don't use their brains, they don't use what God gave them, first of all. You know what I'm saying? You listen to these trolls tell you what to do and what you should be doing. You know what I'm saying? And these trolls don't know what the hell they talking about. They ain't never been in no life or death situation, so how can they tell you something? That it doesn't make sense. It's irrelevant. You feel what I'm saying? It's irrelevant. So at the end of the day, you gotta be ready. You can't be paused. Can't be out here just being paused. You gotta be ready. That's my message. Stay ready. You know what I'm saying? To be ready. Stay ready.